Bonjour. In this grammar video, we will look at les adjectifs et les pronoms indéfinis, indefinite adjectives and pronouns. An indefinite expression is an expression that does not refer to any person, amount, or thing in particular. Some examples in English are anything, anywhere, anyone, anytime, nothing, nowhere, no one, and never. More specifically, an indefinite adjective is an indefinite expression that describes nouns in a general or non-specific way. Many indefinite adjectives indicate a vague grouping or quantity. So for example, in English we have some people, any key, several copies, and each student. An indefinite pronoun is an indefinite expression that refers to one or more unspecified nouns. Many indefinite pronouns indicate a vague quantity or identity. So again, some examples in English are everyone, something, the others, each one. French has a number of common indefinite adjectives and pronouns, which we will now take a look at. Tout is an adjective meaning all of, the whole, or every. As an adjective, it must agree in gender and number with the noun that it modifies, and so there are four forms of the adjective tout. Tout, toute, tout, and toute. The S of the masculine plural is not pronounced, so we have tout, toute, tout, and toute. The structure of tout is that it is always followed by a possessive adjective, a demonstrative adjective, the definite article, or the indefinite article, and then the noun. So some examples are tout le pays, toute la soirée, tous ces livres, toutes mes affiches. Tout le pays, the whole country. Toute la soirée, the whole evening. Tous ces livres, all these books. Toutes mes affiches, all of my posters. Tout as a pronoun means everything, and in this case it is always in the masculine singular. There is no feminine singular indefinite pronoun tout. So for example, tout est magnifique. Everything is awesome. In the plural we have tous and toutes, which means everyone and all of them. In the plural, tous and toutes can only refer to people. So for example, tous ont demandé de te voir. Everyone asked to see you. Toutes ont demandé de te voir. Everyone asked to see you, with the implication that everyone is feminine, or all the women asked to see you. Another phrase that is similar to tous and toutes is tout le monde. Tout le monde also means everyone. Another indefinite adjective in French is quelque, which means some, a few, any, or a small quantity of. Like all adjectives, it has to agree in gender and number with the noun it modifies. And so we have the forms quelque, 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 all four pronounced identically. The structure of quelque is that it is always followed directly by a noun. And so we have, for example, quelque temps, quelques indications, quelques livres, quelques affiches. Quelque temps, a bit of time. Quelques indications, a small indication. Quelques livres, some books. Quelques affiches, some posters. Note, however, that the singular form is uncommon. As a pronoun, there are several forms of quelque. For example, there is quelque chose, which means something. So we have j'ai acheté quelque chose d'intéressant. I bought something interesting. Remember, if you wish to have an adjective describe quelque chose, it must be preceded with de. Quelqu'un is the indefinite pronoun for someone, and it works similarly to quelque chose. J'ai parlé à quelqu'un de bizarre. I spoke to someone weird. In this case, we have an adjective describing quelqu'un, and it is also preceded by de. In the plural, we have quelques-uns and quelques-unes, which means some of them, a number of them. So, for example, j'ai vu un groupe d'hommes et j'ai parlé à quelques-uns. I saw a group of men and I spoke to some of them. Or in the feminine, j'ai vu un groupe de femmes et j'ai parlé à quelques-unes. I saw a group of women and I spoke to some of them. And so the only difference between quelques-uns and quelques-unes is one is masculine plural and the other is feminine plural. Chaque is an indefinite adjective that means each and every. And so it has a masculine and feminine form, but they are identical. Chaque, chaque. Chaque does not exist in the plural. And its form is that it is always followed by a singular noun. So for example, chaque livre, chaque adresse. Chaque livre, each book. Chaque adresse, each address. As a pronoun, chaque becomes chacun or chacune, depending on whether it is masculine or feminine, and it means each one or each and every one. And so, for example, j'ai vu un groupe d'hommes et j'ai parlé à chacun. I saw a group of men and I spoke to each one of them. Or in the feminine, j'ai vu un groupe de femmes et j'ai parlé à chacune. I saw a group of women and I spoke to each one of them. Again, the only difference between chacun and chacune is one is masculine and the other is feminine. Autre is an indefinite adjective that means other. As an adjective, it agrees in gender and number with the noun it modifies. So, for example, we have autre, 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 and autre, all of which are pronounced identically. When you use autre, it is always followed by the indefinite article or the definite article, and followed by a noun. So, for example, we have un autre problème, l'autre adresse, des autres amis, les autres voitures. Un autre problème, another problem, l'autre adresse, the other address, des autres amis, some other friends, les autres voitures, the other cars. Sometimes des changes to d apostrophe. And so des autres amis can be d'autres amis. Les does not change. Les autres voitures, les autres voitures. The form with d apostrophe is usually considered a bit more formal. So with your friends, you are more likely to say des autres amis. In your compositions, d'autres amis. As an indefinite pronoun, autre and autre, masculine and feminine singular, mean another, the other, or the other one. So for example, we have j'ai mangé un biscuit et ensuite un autre. I ate a cookie and then another. J'ai vu l'un des jumelles et ensuite l'autre. I saw one of the twins and then the other. In the plural, masculine and feminine, autre and autre means some others, or the other ones. So we have, for example, j'ai lu tes livres et ensuite des autres. I read your books and then some others. J'ai vu l'un de vos amis et ensuite les autres. I saw some of your friends and then the others. As we see here, as the pronoun autre can be preceded by the definite or the indefinite article. Note also that des autres in the plural, in more formal speaking and writing, becomes d'autres. So we have j'ai lu tes livres et ensuite des autres, or j'ai lu tes livres et ensuite d'autres. Both are acceptable, one is a bit more formal. Certain is an indefinite adjective with a meaning similar to English, certain or unspecified. As an adjective, it agrees in gender and number with the noun it modifies. So we have the forms certain, certaine, certain, certaine. In the singular, certain is always preceded by the indefinite article, but in the plural, it is not preceded by anything. In both cases, it is followed by a noun. And so we have un certain problème, une certaine femme, certains policiers, certaines voitures. Un certain problème, a certain problem, une certaine femme, a certain woman, certains policiers, certain police officers, certaines voitures, certain cars. As a pronoun, certain is always plural, and it always refers to only people. Certain for masculine people or mixed groups, certain for feminine people. Certain, certaine, meaning certain people, unspecified people. So for example, we have certains croient que les Français sont élégants. Certain people think that the French are elegant. Certaines croient que les Français sont élégants. Certain women think that the French are elegant. A common opposition structure uses certains and des autres. For example, certains croient que les mathématiques sont intéressantes. Des autres les croient ennuyeuses. Some think that math is interesting, others find it boring. So if you need to divide people into two opposite camps, without a strict criterion between them, you can use this structure. Certains and des autres. Again, des autres in more formal writing will become d'autres. Certains croient que les mathématiques sont intéressantes, d'autres les croient ennuyeuses. Plusieurs is an indefinite adjective that means several or a number of, and it has the same form in the masculine and the feminine. It is a bit irregular. Plusieurs, plusieurs. It is always followed by a plural noun. Plusieurs hommes, plusieurs voitures. Plusieurs hommes, several men. Plusieurs voitures, several cars. As an indefinite pronoun, plusieurs is the same in the feminine and plural, and it means several or a number. So we have, for example, si vous avez besoin d'un stylo, j'en ai plusieurs. If you need a pen, I have several. J'aime mes amis, mais plusieurs sont méchants. I love my friends, but several are mean. Même is an indefinite adjective that means the same or identical. As such, it has differing forms for masculine, feminine, singular, and plural. For example, même, 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 même. They are all pronounced identically. Même is always preceded by the definite article and always followed by its noun. So, for example, we have le même jour, la même chose, les mêmes hommes, les mêmes idées. Le même jour, the same day. La même chose, the same thing. Les mêmes hommes, the same men. Les mêmes idées, the same ideas. However, do keep in mind that même has another meaning. After a noun or pronoun, même means self. So we have the expressions l'homme même or moi-même, l'homme même, the man himself, moi-même, myself. Try not to confuse the two usages. As an indefinite pronoun, même is always preceded by the definite article, so we have le même, la même, les mêmes, et les mêmes, meaning the same or the same one or ones. And so we have, for example, tu as un stylo vert, j'ai le même. You have a green pen, I have the same one. Tu as une voiture Honda, j'ai la même. You have a Honda, I have the same one. J'aime tes livres, j'ai les mêmes chez moi. I like your books, I have the same ones at home. J'aime tes chaussures, j'ai les mêmes chez moi. I like your shoes, I have the same ones at home.